Hey everyone, welcome back to the English Story Podcast. I'm Hope.
And I'm Mark. And today we're diving into something that can change the way people see you, literally within seconds.
Have you ever worried about making a good first impression? Maybe at a job interview, a party, or even just meeting new people?
If so, you're not alone. Research shows that people form first impressions in as little as 7 seconds. And once that impression is made, it's tough to change.
That's right. According to a study from Princeton University, people decide how trustworthy, confident, and competent you are almost instantly. And here's the kicker. This happens before you even say much.
So today we're going to break it down. We'll share simple, research-backed strategies to introduce yourself with confidence, make an impact, and start conversations effortlessly.
Plus, we'll give you practical examples for different situations, whether it's a formal introduction, a casual meetup, or a networking event.
And at the end, we've got a fun challenge to help you apply what you've learned in real life.
So stick around because by the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to introduce yourself and leave a lasting impression.
Let's jump in.
The science of first impressions. All right, before we dive into the how, let's talk about the why. Why first impressions matter so much and what's actually happening in our brains when we meet someone for the first time.
This is fascinating stuff. Science tells us that we form an impression of someone in as little as 7 seconds. Some research even suggests that our brains make snap judgments in less than a second, before the other person has even spoken a full sentence.
And once that first impression is made, it's hard to change. Princeton University researchers found that people make assumptions about trustworthiness and competence almost instantly, and those assumptions tend to stick.
Exactly. This happens because of something called thin slicing, a psychological phenomenon where our brains make fast decisions based on small amounts of information. We do this automatically without even realizing it.
And here's the kicker. Most of what people notice first isn't even about the words you say.
Right. There's a famous study by Albert Mehrabian, which found that when forming an impression, only 7% of what people judge is based on the actual words. The rest, body language and tone of voice.
55% of first impressions come from body language. How you stand, your posture, your facial expressions, eye contact.
38% is based on your tone of voice. How you say something can completely change its meaning.
That's why you can say something as simple as, nice to meet you, but if you mumble it, look down, or sound unsure, it won't leave a strong impression.
Exactly. Compare that to someone who says, nice to meet you, with a smile, good posture, and eye contact. The difference is huge.
So the big takeaway? Your body language and tone matter more than the actual words you use. Even the best introduction won't land well if you don't sound or look confident.
That's why mastering the science of first impressions is key to introducing yourself well. And coming up next, we'll give you the perfect formula for a strong, confident introduction, no matter where you are.
The formula for a perfect introduction. All right, now that we understand the science behind first impressions, let's get into the how. How can you introduce yourself in a way that feels confident, natural, and leaves a great impression?
We've got a simple, research-backed 3-step formula that works in any situation. Whether you're at a party, a networking event, or even meeting someone important like a professor or a potential boss.
The key here is to focus on 3 things: confidence, clarity, and connection. Let's break it down.
Step 1. Confidence, the nonverbal cues that matter. Remember how we said that body language and tone make up 93% of a first impression? That's why step 1 is all about confidence, even before you say your name.
Right. And confidence isn't about being the loudest person in the room. It's about how you carry yourself. Here's how to show confidence without saying a word. Stand tall, keep your posture straight but relaxed. Slouching can make you look unsure of yourself.
Make eye contact. Looking at someone while introducing yourself makes you seem engaged and trustworthy.
Smile. Studies show that smiling instantly makes you appear more friendly and approachable.
Use a firm but natural handshake, if culturally appropriate. A weak handshake can signal a lack of confidence, while an overly strong one can feel aggressive. And most importantly, speak with a clear, steady voice. If you sound hesitant or mumble, people might assume you're not confident, even if you are.
So, even before you say your name, you're already making an impression with your body language and tone. Step 2, clarity. Keep your introduction simple and strong.
All right, now it's time to actually introduce yourself. This is where a lot of people overthink it. They try to be too clever or say too much. But the best introductions are short, clear, and to the point.
The easiest way? Use this simple template.
Hey, I don't think we've met before. I'm Mark. That's it. Short, confident, and natural. It works everywhere, whether you're at a party, a new workplace, or even meeting someone on the street.
And if you want to add a little more context, you can tweak it depending on the setting. Professional setting? Hi, I'm Hope. I work in graphic design. How about you?
Casual setting. Hey, I don't think we've met before. I'm Mark. Nice to meet you.
Networking event. Hi, I'm Hope. I specialize in product design. What do you do?
Notice how each version is simple yet engaging? You're introducing yourself and inviting the other person to talk, which keeps the conversation going. Step 3. Connection, make it personal and memorable.
Now, this is where you take your introduction from good to great by making it personal and memorable.
Exactly. The secret to a great introduction isn't just saying your name. It's building a connection with the other person. Here's how you can do that.
1. Use the person's name in conversation. Example. Nice to meet you, Alex. So, how do you know Mark?
Science shows that hearing our own name activates our brain's reward center, making people feel valued.
2. Find common ground quickly.
If you're at a conference, I see you're also interested in AI. What made you come to this event?
At a party, did you try the food yet? The appetizers here are amazing. 3. Show genuine interest.
People love talking about themselves. Instead of worrying about what to say next, ask open-ended questions like,
What do you do for work? How do you know my name?
what's something cool you've been working on lately?
When you show real curiosity about the other person, the conversation flows naturally, and they'll remember you as someone interesting and engaging.
Exactly. And the best part? You don't have to do all the talking. Just guide the conversation and let it develop naturally.
All right, let's do a quick recap before we move on. The perfect introduction has 3 key elements. 1. Confidence. Stand tall, smile, make eye contact, and speak clearly.
2. Clarity. Keep your introduction simple. Hey, I'm Mark.
3. Connection. Use their name, find common ground, and show interest.
Master these 3 steps and you'll never have to worry about awkward introductions again.
And coming up next, we'll talk about common mistakes people make when introducing themselves and how to fix them.
Common mistakes and how to fix them.
Now that we've covered the perfect formula for introductions, let's talk about something just as important: the common mistakes people make when introducing themselves and how to fix them.
Yeah, because even if you know what to say, small mistakes can make a big difference in how people perceive you. But don't worry, these are all easy to fix once you're aware of them. Mistake number 1. Speaking too fast or mumbling.
One of the biggest mistakes people make when introducing themselves is rushing through their words. When we're nervous, we tend to talk too fast, which can make us seem unsure or anxious.
Right. And the problem is, if someone can't understand what you're saying, they won't remember your name or what you said.
The fix? Slow down and enunciate. When you introduce yourself, take a small breath before speaking. Instead of rushing, Pause slightly between sentences to give your words more clarity.
Better approach. Instead of rushing, try, hey, I'm Mark. Nice to meet you.
That small pause makes a big difference. It makes you sound more confident and in control. Mistake number 2, avoiding eye contact.
This one is huge. If you introduce yourself but look down or away, it can make you seem disinterested or even untrustworthy.
Right. Studies show that eye contact builds trust and connection. If you avoid it, even unintentionally, the other person might feel like you're not engaged in the conversation.
The fix? Make eye contact for at least 2 to 3 seconds when introducing yourself. You don't have to stare, but looking at the person's eyes while speaking makes your introduction more impactful.
Better approach. Instead of looking down, hi, I'm Sarah, while avoiding eye contact.
Try, hi, I'm Sarah. It's nice to meet you, while making natural eye contact.
And if direct eye contact feels uncomfortable, try looking at the bridge of their nose. It still creates the illusion of eye contact without feeling too intense.
Mistake number 3, weak or overpowering handshake.
Next up, the handshake. Now, we know that in some cultures, handshakes aren't always the norm. But if you're in a setting where it's expected, your handshake can say a lot about you.
A weak handshake can make you seem unsure of yourself, while an overly strong handshake can come across as aggressive.
The fix? Aim for a firm but friendly handshake.
Better approach. Keep your handshake firm but not crushing.
Hold it for about 2 to 3 seconds, pair it with eye contact and a smile. If you're unsure about your handshake, practice with a friend. It sounds silly, but it really helps. Mistake number 4, over-explaining or giving too much information. Another mistake, overloading your introduction with too much detail.
Yeah, some people feel like they have to explain everything about themselves in one sentence. Hi, I'm Jason. I work in marketing, but I also do freelance photography, and I'm really into hiking, and I love coffee. Oh, and I have a dog.
That's just too much information at once. People won't remember all of it, and it can feel overwhelming.
The fix? Keep it short and relevant to the situation. Better approach. At a professional event. Hi, I'm Jason. I work in marketing. How about you? At a social gathering. Hey, I'm Jason. I don't think we've met yet.
The key is to keep it simple and let the conversation unfold naturally.
Mistake number 5. Forgetting to ask the other person's name. Here's one that people don't realize they're doing, introducing themselves but not asking for the other person's name.
Exactly. If you just say, hey, I'm Anna, nice to meet you, but don't ask for their name, it creates an awkward moment where they might not introduce themselves at all.
The fix? End your introduction with a question. Better approach and
Instead of, hey, I'm Anna, try, hey, I'm Anna, and you are?
that small addition makes the conversation more engaging and makes the other person feel included.
All right. Now that you know how to introduce yourself the right way and what mistakes to avoid, it's time for a challenge. Because let's be real, the only way to get better at introductions is to practice them in real situations.
Exactly. And we've designed a simple but powerful challenge that will help you build confidence, improve your social skills, and make stronger first impressions. The 3 Introduction Challenge.
Here's how it works. This week, we challenge you to introduce yourself in at least 3 different situations.
That's right, 3 different real-life introductions. The goal is to take what you've learned today and actually use it. You can choose any of these situations. Option 1, a casual introduction.
Example, introducing yourself to someone at a coffee shop, gym, or social event.
Try, hey, I don't think we've met before. I'm Mark.
Option 2, a professional introduction.
Example, meeting someone new at work, a networking event, or a conference.
Try, hi, I'm Hope. I work in graphic design. What about you?
Option 3, a cold introduction to a stranger.
Example, introducing yourself to someone you don't know in public, like in a waiting area, at a bookstore, or on public transport.
Try, Hi, I'm Mark. Just wanted to say hello.
If you're feeling bold, you can even try all three. The goal is to step out of your comfort zone and practice.
And don't worry if it feels a little awkward at first. That's normal. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Want to take it up a level? Here are a couple of bonus challenges.
Use the other person's name in conversation.
After they introduce themselves, repeat their name. Nice to meet you, Sarah.
This helps lock their name in your memory and makes the conversation more personal.
Start a conversation after introducing yourself.
Instead of stopping at just your name, ask an open-ended question. So, what brought you here today? Or, how do you know Alex?
Observe how people introduce themselves to you.
Pay attention to how others introduce themselves. Notice what works and what doesn't. What made someone memorable? What felt awkward? Share your experience with us.
Now we want to hear from you. Try this challenge in real life.
Notice how people respond to your introduction. Tell us how it went. You can share your experience with us in the following ways.
Leave a comment. Let us know what worked and what felt challenging.
Tag us on social media. Post your experience and use the hashtag EnglishStoryPodcast.
And if you have any questions or want more tips, reach out. We'd love hearing from you.
Remember, introductions aren't just about saying your name, they're about creating connections.
Absolutely. And the more you practice, the more natural and effortless it becomes. Before you know it, you'll be introducing yourself with confidence anywhere, anytime.
So take this challenge, go out there, and start owning your introductions. We can't wait to hear how it goes.
That's all for today. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe and leave a review. It really helps us out.
We'll see you next time on the English Story Podcast.